Like, you can see here that I was like a couple shots, man. Maybe one shot almost. That's how crazy the TTK is in this game. Like, you could get torched with a pistol. So that's why you got to stay on your toes, man. That's why you really got to be locked in. You got to focus. Make sure you're not making any mistakes. It's like you're going into a boxing match with Francis Ngannou, man, right? You don't want to make any mistakes. That one hit, you get hit once, could take you out completely. Yo, what's up, dudes? It's your boy, Scotty Smooth, man, and in this video, we're going to be walking through a solo game in Warzone 2.0 and give you guys some tips and tricks, just kind of some initial gameplay, initial solo thoughts, because I've only been getting into solos a little bit. I've been researching a lot of videos, seeing kind of what the best things to do in the game is in solos. So hopefully this can help you guys out. But we're going to start off with dropping in, and when we do drop in, of course, what I really like to do is I like to keep my eye on where the circle's at. Definitely get in the circle ASAP, because in this game, the pacing is so slow. It's going to be harder to rotate, harder to get into the circle when the time comes. You know, you could be shot from a freaking mile away. Who knows? Also, money is scarce, so you want to drop anywhere where you can get a contract. The safe cracker contract's probably my favorite, especially with money wise. I don't know how much you get if that's like the most money you could get, but we do hear someone. We take him out pretty easily-ish. Let me turn this volume up a little bit though, because I can barely hear shit. I mean, we didn't hear any footsteps anyway in the game because audio is where it's at. Throughout this gameplay, you guys are going to notice a lot of ADS and a lot of kind of slow play in here, because in solos, man, it just how things are at the moment. You do need a slow play. You need to make sure that you're not getting cornered, make sure that you're not making a lot of noise, because being able to provide that information to enemies, it's just going to make it a lot easier for you to die in that case. I did jump through the window. I typically don't recommend that, because if someone is in that next building, you could hear the windows break, but we did see that enemy there, and we kind of want to play it somewhat aggressive, of course, kind of looting our way through it. So we wanted to play somewhat aggressive. We jumped through the window, but again, I don't really recommend that, just because that audio you could hear from a mile away, but you can't hear footsteps. So that's just kind of how the game is right now. So we're in the looting phase. I usually don't like to just jump and push fights. Like in that case, there's a guy right there. We don't know where he's at. Could be in a corner, could be in another building. We have absolutely no idea. So that's why we didn't jump out and fly down and try to push it. So it is okay to back out of fights in this game, and that's the tough thing. That's a hard thing that I had to get used to, man. You know, we're used to high speed, high intensity movement, running around and pushing fights left and right, but you guys have to get over that, because that's definitely something in this game that is gonna probably get you killed. I mean, of course, you might come across games where you are flying through the map, getting a bunch of kills, which is ideal, but if you guys are trying to get wins, maybe more for like beginner tips, I would definitely recommend slow playing it in a way where you're positioning yourself to get those better kills in a better spot there. This guy right here, I probably should have taken out. I missed a couple shots like as he jumped down. So going back to my point where not to push too aggressively, I don't know where this guy's at. He can literally kill me in pretty much 3 shots without me even being able to react. So I kind of step back a little bit and see if I can get an idea of where he's at. But the audio's tough right now. You can't get those audio cues. I don't have UAV or anything telling me exactly where he's at. So if you don't know where someone exactly is, then you really got to make sure that you're kind of going in slow and steady to make sure you're not getting blasted from behind, or the guy's probably ADSing over there and could shred you in 2 shots. So it's just good. This is how the game, this is how it is, man. That's how the game is right now. You really got to be careful out there and just make sure you're not getting yourself into poor positions. Positioning is the most important thing in Warzone 2 right now, especially in solos. You know, with duos, trios, quads, you can at least hear some gunfights. You hear some chatter going on. Proximity chat's a really good way to help identify and find out where people are at. But with solos, man, there really aren't too many cues outside of maybe the potential third-party gunfight, UAVs, you know, and if they break like glass, you know, or in a vehicle. Like you can't really tell where someone's at in this game because there is a lot of camping, a lot of slow pace, TTK's low. So make sure that you're not just running and gunning, because unfortunately that's not how the game is right now, man. So we're still in the looting phase. We're trying to get enough money. I usually recommend buying UAV first. So we do find a 3-plate vest, thank God. Definitely try to find one of those ASAP. I know those could be sometimes difficult to find, but try to get a 3-plate vest. Of course, you do spawn in with 2 plates. If you guys have not played Warzone 2 yet, try to go for UAVs first, because that's going to give you the most information. You're going to need that ASAP. And the ground loot is actually pretty good with the TTK being so low. You don't need to spend 5 grand on a weapon off rip. I usually don't. I usually like to save up, maybe try to get 9,000 as soon as possible, whether that's contracts, which primarily is going to be the case, killing enemies, and then get 9K, buy yourself a primary weapon, and then buy yourself a UAV. So we are getting spotted right now, and again, you could see me kind of slow played at crouch walking. The amount of kills I've gotten from the high ground is also a good point to bring up. But you guys remember I dropped a claymore not too long ago. We saw the claymore get tripped. This guy got hit, and then we knew he was in here, so he flew down. He was actually in a pretty good spot there, but the Fennec, man, absolutely shreds. So took him out. Yeah, I don't want to say easily because he actually almost got me there, but the Fennec did work, did what it needed to do. But as I was saying, man, you don't really need to push for your guns immediately. You guys can use this ground loot. I've gotten a couple wins where I've just used ground loot. I haven't bought my guns at all. And if you guys don't know, you can't just go buy your loadouts in this game at the moment. We do also see a guy here on the ATV. And then we know that we have an enemy over here. So, of course, we're going to peek it. We're going to shoot him, crack him, don't get the kill. But again, we don't push that fight. We try to get in a better position. We know kind of where he's at, where he's going to be going. So we're going to take the high ground. The high ground's definitely OP, I feel like, especially with a map like this. The map's great, but, you know, get the high ground. It's going to help you guys out in the long run, trust me. But back to what I was saying, man, you cannot buy loadouts in this game. The only way to get your loadout is if you have a loadout drop, which I don't know if it depends on the circle. It could be the 3rd circle, 2nd circle maybe, or if it's just randomized. So, and I still don't usually recommend pushing for that loadout because there's going to be a lot of enemies just watching, especially in solos, bro. They're going to be watching that camp in the loadout. So, you know, high risk, pretty decent reward, but again, you don't really need loadout in this game. And then the second option is to defeat a stronghold, which is a pain in the ass as it is. There's a lot of bots, and then also you have the potential of getting third party pretty well, so, or it's pretty high, I guess. We pop a UAV, we buy one, and luckily they had a UAV still in there. We take this guy out, we see him running up the hill. See ya, sayonara, get out of the game, bro. And the bad thing is we cannot buy another one for 2 reasons. Obviously, we don't have enough money. And 2, there's only 1 UAV per buy box, bro. So, you really got to be methodical with your UAV activation, I guess, as you will. And you really got to plan that out. I knew there was a guy around me somewhere, so I popped that UAV, and we were able to find actually a different guy and take him out. But we did see on the UAV there was a guy going up the street or around this area. I'm still kind of slow playing corners. A really big tip that helped me out is turn auto tac sprint off. I have my auto sprint on, but if you go into your controller settings or if you're on keyboard mouse and you have auto tac sprint, turn that off, man. I mean, it sucks to say, and it's hard to say because, you know, we're used to running and gunning, but turn it off because it's only going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you ADS faster. It's going to help you actually be able to check corners. We did see a guy right here. In this case, I did kind of push, but you could see I don't really push too hard. I'm still ADSing, still kind of watching the corner here. Do pick up some footstep audio. Sees right there, and then we get the kill. He actually still, you know, again, the TTK is so low, bro. I almost lost that fight. So you really got to be careful with that. We finished him. He had self-revive, and the rest is cake. But another tip in solos especially is third parties are going to get you, all right? You're not going to be able to avoid third parties a lot of the times, but you can if you do exactly what I did. I got the kill. I'm not out there looting his body right now. I jumped in the building next to me, and I'm looking around, all right? I'm looking to see if there is a third party, if someone's watching, someone might be right across the street. Who knows? We have no freaking idea. We can't pick up any audio cues. We don't have a UAV, so we're going to kind of play it safe. We're going to look around, have a little look-see, a little peek, and then we're going to end up going and looting the guy here in a second, but there's a helicopter flying around, so just something to keep in mind that we're looking at the map as well, the radar, to see if there's anything going on, any vehicles, because the radar does not ping where enemies are shooting. It will show you on the compass up top where someone is shooting, so keep your eye open for that, but it will not show on the actual radar itself. We have the gas coming in. We're able to loot, get some plates, get some money, and now we got to get our ass into the gas, man. You can see that we're kind of slow playing our way there. If you guys get caught out in the open, okay, if you get caught out in the open, your best bet is to fight back. Jesus Christ, bro. I know kind of by instincts and with Warzone 1, you could stimmy and run behind cover, replate, reposition, and then re-challenge. But in this game, man, the TTK is so low, you almost need to just try to work on snapping onto the enemy and getting that kill. If I was getting shot from behind, let's say I run out of this building, someone's shooting from me behind, I have no cover whatsoever. You guys are going to see me go up this mountain here in a minute. I'm going to have to fight back. You have to fight back in this game because you're pretty much shit out of luck unless the enemy is just, you know, missing shots left and right, which you don't really want to bank on, okay? So definitely say I'm getting shot from that building across the street. I could probably go prone here, but my first reaction would be to fight back. So keep that in mind if you guys are caught out in the open like that. We've made our way up the mountain. Now we're pretty much just looking around again. We don't know where enemies are at. We're keeping our eye open, slow playing corners, just like, you know, we should in this game. We do see a vehicle, and we have a long way to go in the circle. You can see in the top left there. Actually, you know what? Let me bring the mouse up here. Right up here. There we go. Top left. We have a long way to go, man. So we hop in a vehicle. Definitely very important in solos. Transportation, getting around the map. Vehicle is going to be your best bet. You don't want to be running around caught out in the open like I was a little bit ago, and hop in a vehicle, get your ass into where you need to be. When I am moving around, when I'm pushing, I like to have an idea of where I'm going. So right now I'm kind of looking through the map. I don't really see any enemies around me. I don't really see much going on as far as, you know, third-party opportunities, buy stations, nothing like that. I don't have enough money for a UAV or anything, so we're pretty much trying to get closer to the middle of the gas as we can, because again, we don't want to be caught on the edge of the gas when it is time to push. A lot of people are going to be looking at that at the edge of the gas, so just keep your eye open for that. Make sure that you're not stuck on the edge of the gas. Maybe, of course, end game to help with that, but first thing I do, I jump right into a building, because you are going to see people that are going to be keeping an eye open for that. They're going to see your car flying through the map, so they want kills. They want to get, you know, higher kill games. They want to take you out and win the game, so obviously you want to make sure that you get yourself in a good position, going back to the position thing, and get in a building and kind of clear out the building. I throw a claymore down here just because I had a claymore in the back pocket. One cue that I know no one was here is this box. So if you guys are getting into an area, I still recommend you just kind of peek in corners just in case. But if you're hearing a box, if you see a duffel bag that hasn't been opened, there more likely isn't going to be an enemy there. So we did pick up a decoy grenade. Decoy grenades are actually pretty good to have. I just threw it just to see if we could get any fish, if we could catch any fish out in the open. We find this guy out here looking around. We crack him, so in this case, we do end up pushing and end up getting the kill there. So got another kill, but in that case, I did push because I cracked him and I was close. Had I cracked him and I was like a couple buildings away, I probably wouldn't have pushed that hard. I might have gotten into the next building and maybe ADS to look around, see where he was at. But since he was pretty much right there, that's when I know I was really close to him, can easily go push that and get the kill. So got 5 kills, 31 players left, and now we're, you know, just kind of looking around for money. We need to go get UAVs, maybe buy a gun if we do have money, but I'm not really too worried about getting into the circle right now. We're right at the edge, And, you know, we're not really trying to push too many fights right now, just, again, how early the game is. So you could look around, you could get a bounty, but in the city, there could be players anywhere, man. They could be any roof, any building, any corner. You know, there's millions of corners in this game that enemies could be. So I just like to keep my eye open, man, just to make sure that I'm not getting myself in a bad situation. We do see an enemy flying here. If I had a weapon that could, you know, potentially get that range and hit him out of the sky, I probably would have maybe peppered him up a couple times for him to drop. But we could see he did fly up on the tower. So that's someone we got to keep our eye open for. I'd rather not give up my position and shoot at him, maybe break his armor, maybe he starts to snipe back, and then I'm getting third party left and right by, you know, 3 different players. So when I am moving, when I am pushing, I always have a destination in mind. See, like right here, going into the building, you guys are going to see here in a little bit, what I do is I try to find cover and head to the cover first. I throw a claymore down there just because, and I got lucky on that one. We got a lucky claymore. We take this guy out. He literally hits the claymore right as I throw it down, and we get the kill there. But going back to what I was saying, man, is I always have a destination where I'm going. I want to make sure that I have cover no matter what. So if I'm looking, I'm running, I'm like, okay, I'm going to head right there. I'm going to run straight to that point, get behind cover. That way, if I am getting shot at, there's an enemy looking at me that can see me, I have that protection. And do what your mother said. Always use protection, right? Is that what she said? I don't know. 20 players left. We got 6 kills, and we got a pretty far freaking push here to the gas. We do see some fighting going on here, but again, I was not in a good position, all about positioning. This guy comes in with a pistol and actually does pretty decent damage on me. Like, you can see here that I was like a couple shots, man. Maybe 1 shot almost. That's how crazy the TTK is in this game. Like, you could get torched with a pistol. So that's why you got to stay on your toes, man. That's why you really got to be locked in. You got to focus. Make sure you're not making any mistakes. It's like you're going into a boxing match with Francis Ngannou, man, right? You don't want to make any mistakes. So that one hit, you get hit once, could take you out completely. So we do see a couple people here mounting. Definitely OP, well, not OP, definitely the route to take when you're firing these weapons, because the recoil is not the best, you know, in some of these weapons. Of course, there are some that are beam, but ground loot especially, yeah, a little bit difficult, so mount up if you need to. And then we are pushing in the gas. We do get ourselves in a bad position here, man. We hide behind. We see that we could get behind this freaking, these port johnnies, these port potties, whatever the hell you want to call them. But for some reason, they don't block shit. So this dude torches me out with an RPK and just shoots through fucking everything with this damn thing, man. So takes us out, has platinum RPK. We get 16th place, but it doesn't stop here, because we are going to watch the last couple guys that we come across, because they do some things that are important to keep in mind and some things that are not important, or things that you shouldn't do, I guess. So I, again, got myself in a bad position. Had I been in the gas already, I could have been in a position like him. Maybe towards end game, the gas, end of the gas kills are good, but when you're pushing, man, like, you got a long way to go. You're gonna get caught out in the gas like I just did. So try to get in the gas ASAP, but push with, I guess, strategy, right? Make sure that you know where you're going. Make sure you go into buildings, get behind cover, because you could die in no time. So this guy is in a good spot. He's taking the high ground. He was getting shot over here from the right, so he's kind of keeping his eye open for that. Got the RPK out, and of course, you know, he's rocking platinum RPK, platinum Fennec. You know, my dude's got fucking, I don't know, 300 hours in this game already. I don't even know if that's high. Is it, people? Do you have, how many hours you got in this game? Let me know in the comments. So he's got to start pushing to the left. Honestly, I would probably play the ring on the left, the outside of the gas, and go into this building here, and then kind of slowly make my way into this building. Because you can see when he does come up across our 2 guys right here, man, and he has a recon drone out in the open like this. Bad place to put the recon drone. Don't know why or how the hell he survived this, but there are 2 guys right there, and actually one guy didn't even see him. One guy took out the other guy for him, and I just noticed that watching the gameplay now. So if you are gonna fly a recon drone, go for it, but make sure you're hiding, okay? Don't go stand out here in this open garage and throw out the recon drone. But he did get saved by another player, and that's, you know, the beauty of solos, third-party city, as we like to say. There's 5 players left. He has 8 kills, and he's got to make a gas push. Now, when the gas is pushing to the water, because there are a lot of spots, a lot of end games that get into the water. He needs to bring out his RPK. Yep, there we go. You can see the guy just dove back. I wouldn't even push right here. I would probably wrap left, honestly, and try to get into this building here to the left. But he's going to look at this guy, and this guy's going to probably pop up either right there or on the other side of the bridge here. But if you go, you could see that this corner of the building is still in the gas. So start making your way over here, and it looks like he is starting to push this way. Break out the Fennec because we're in close quarters, and you want to make sure that you have the right gun at the right time. So this guy is kind of, again, crouch slow playing it. He got the Fennec out, takes him out with absolute ease. And then he needs to chill, right? Because third party's a bitch. I wouldn't loot right now. I would look, because you're going to be getting potential people running and jumping like this guy right around the corner, man. So before looting anything, I always check, all right? I always peek my head out. I look around, make sure we're good. Then you can go into looting, because that dude was just pretty much waiting for him to pop out and ended up getting the kills. So this guy, we got 9 kills. He's rocking a Fennec as well, because everyone's got a Fennec. Obviously, there's an enemy right here. If he played this a little bit better, he starts to wrap around to the right. Honestly, I probably, if you had a gas mask, use the gas mask. We're going to go back a little bit, all right? You have the gas mask, so use the gas mask. I would have probably wrapped on top of the bridge and try to take him out that way. But instead of wrapping around this way and just being right out in the open, he could have just fucking sat up here on the bridge and got in a little bit of a better position and took him out for the kill. But he doesn't do that. He throws a cluster or airstrike, wraps around this way, and ends up getting lit up as he's running away. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the game, man, if you're caught out in the open, your best bet is to fight. Don't run away. Don't turn your back on the enemy, because you will get shredded. You will get torched just like that. And I hope this video helped you guys out in some way. If it did, of course, let me know in the comments below. If you do want to see more, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Sub to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.